Mhm.
What if? I'm here with Mr. Marvel himself, Albert, once again. We have finished watching the whole series. I felt like, let's just get the whole series done with, and then we'll give our thoughts on overall what we thought of the whole series. But and then of course talk about the two final episodes, the episodes that led to that finale. Uh, and then we'll talk about our favorite episodes, our worst episodes, in our opinion, what we think could have been better, and of course, a little bit of what's to come on season two, because they will be another season of What If.
Mhm.
So, Albert, Mr.
What up?
Marvel,
What up?
I think let's talk about the final two episodes of the series, and it led to the main villain basically of the series. It's been like kind of scattering around, getting to know a lot of the yeah, scattering around to get to know of these different variations of our superheroes that we come to love. But our main villain that showcased in the Party Thor episode, the ending of the Party Thor episode where he's in Vegas, was Ultron
Mhm.
with the Vision body inside of his armor, I would say,
Mhm.
with all the Infinity Stones, and he's going basically planet to planet, and he's doing a Galactus. There's like a nice little shout out to Galactus in some of the imagery of Ultron Vision, or Ultimate Ultron, I would like to call him. So the last two episodes had him as the main villain, and then it also had us that you called. You said after even seeing that commercial that they brought out, that
Mhm.
eventually you're going to lead to the
Guardians
PD
of the
of
Multiverse.
the Guardians of the Universe, right? The Avengers of the Universe, basically. The Agent Carter, the Black Widow we saw at Ultron's world,
Yep, yep.
the last surviving member, a Gamora that we haven't seen. We'll talk about that in a
Mhm.
minute.
Star-Lord,
Doc,
Scarlet, Killmonger, Black Panther, Party Thor, Doctor Strange Supreme.
the evil Doctor Strange that was left
Yep.
all by him lonesome after his universe was kaput. All of them coming together at the end. So, Albert, what did you think of the final boss? Let's just say that, and just overall the wrap up of this whole What If series.
I believe that our boy Ultron was redeemed. They did him dirty in Age of Ultron, and although I guess is he dead? I feel like he's dead, right? The body isn't dead because something else took it over.
Yeah,
But um, although he looks like he's probably gone now, I would have liked to have seen him in season two, but I think they gave him justice. Because he was badass. I was like, holy crap! We had seen that in the movies. That would have been crazy. But yeah, I liked where they went with Ultron. Um, I believe episode, what was it? Nine was the last one. Eight was the episode as What If Ultron won. That
hmm
was my favorite episode. The last episode, the final one, it was a good episode, but I don't think it was as great as the What If Ultron won episode. Um, I just like the way they portrayed Ultron as, like, he's cruel. He's like straight to the point. Thanos comes over, right? It shows Thanos comes to get the stone, the last stone he needs, which doesn't make too much sense, kind of, because this is like still in 2012, but he has all of them. So I don't know, but um, like he gets dealt with in one move. Ultron slices him in half, perfectly balanced as all things should be, right? And
yeah,
then everything from after that moment was spectacular because then you see Ultron destroying all the worlds, like you said, and then he's the last, like, well, I guess it's him and Black Widow. They're like the last two
yeah.
living things, if you would say Ultron's a living thing in that
In his
universe.
universe, yeah.
And then he sees the Watcher, and then that fight scene is my favorite of the series. The fight between the Watcher and Ultron, it was crazy, and it makes me excited to see fight scenes in Multiverse of Madness because with Ultron and the Watcher, they're fighting like across universes, like they're breaking through universes, which is crazy. And like we've seen that before. I don't have a good example, but I know I have. But I don't know of a live action like
Yeah.
that I've seen like that. So it makes me excited for that. Um, and then the Watcher got bodied. He was about to die. He couldn't take him on, and it ends with him going to the Doctor Strange that's all alone in his little pocket universe, and that's how that episode ended. And I was like, that was fantastic. My favorite episode. This new one, my biggest problem with it was like, where was the Watcher? Like, why didn't he help fight?
I thought the same thing. I thought he was gonna fight
Yeah, I thought
again.
he was gonna help. It felt strange, and at least I haven't seen it. I saw it twice, and I feel like they never explained why he didn't fight. Because
Hmm.
he would have been a big benefit, and it's not like anyone died, which is another one of my problems. It's like you have infinite amounts of these characters now. Like Ultron couldn't kill one of them. He's already killed a bunch, right? But like, I would have wanted.
Hmm.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
He probably. I mean, not to sound messed up, but like he could have killed like T'Challa, and that would have been crazy. But like, there's still all these other ones, right? All these other.
Agent Carter.
I don't think they would have killed Agent Carter because from how I see it is, I feel like Agent Carter or Captain Carter. There's only one in all the multiverses. All the
Yeah.
others, in all the other universes, it's Captain Steve Rogers. So I don't think it would have been her. But like, it could have been T'Challa, Star Lord, or it could have been probably like Party Thor. I don't know. Um, or even Black Widow, since I don't know. They like there was it was just crazy that they didn't kill off anyone when like there's no consequences to really killing off anyone since there's other versions of them. Um, but the fight was cool. They weren't fighting across universes, I don't believe. But it was still cool to see. And Doctor Strange, man,
Hmm.
I hope we see more. I think we will too. They've
I think the
confirmed.
best part of the series, man.
Yep, I think so
Hmm.
too. But they said Captain Carter is gonna be for sure in the next season, and like at the end, we pretty much see that yeah, she is. But
Yeah.
I hope that Doctor Strange as well. And we'll get to it, but at the end, they make another pocket universe, and the Watcher gives Doctor Strange the pocket universe to look after. So it's a
Yeah.
pocket universe inside a pocket universe. But I'm just like, why are you gonna leave Doctor Strange there? He's like redeemed himself. Where you're gonna also where you're gonna give Black
Give
Widow a second chance. Like,
give him his job, right?
yeah, he deserves a second chance too. Put him in a world that lost their Doctor Strange. Um, but you know what? Season one, it was solid. If I were to rank all the shows, I would rank What If over Falcon the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But there's a big gap between What If and Loki and WandaVision for me. What If was cool, but there was some dud episodes. I know like the zombie one, you hated it. I didn't love it, but like I felt like that episode, nothing came from it. I
I
it
hated that
if
episode.
Peter had been one of the chosen ones, which yeah, why didn't I don't know. I guess Peter died, but if he had been one of the chosen ones, then yeah, that episode would have been better maybe. But like the only thing that came from that episode and this final one were the zombies and zombie Wanda, but they got handled in like half a
Oh
second.
yeah. Yeah, the little nice
Uh,
little cameo kind of.
but yeah, I like the series overall, and the finale wasn't bad. But my favorite episode was the episode before the finale, the penultimate episode. Um,
Episode 8? Is it episode
episode
8 or
yeah,
episode
episode.
8? Yeah.
And then also, all right, the last thing I'll say was it was funny to me because I had known that there's gonna be a episode with Tony and Gamora, so I wasn't confused when I saw it. But I can just imagine like people who didn't know, like my parents. It
Yeah.
just once it showed them, they're like, "What? Did we miss an episode?" That was
No.
so
We'll explain that when we talk about season 2 and what
yeah,
happened with that. with that
Yeah, but
mess with it there.
it looked interesting. I'm intrigued. I want to know what happened because it looked
It
interesting.
was so sudden when she just appeared. I was like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is going on?
what's it called? Navilier? I don't know how it's pronounced. Um,
Yeah.
they're right there where the
WTF.
Stormbreaker is forged. And at first I thought they were forging the Infinity Gauntlet, but then it looks like they're melting it. Man, you're just like, you don't know, you don't really know what happened, you know? I I knew that we were gonna get the story, but I don't know what was happening in the story. But yeah, it just looked
Yeah,
great. So that is just like just so misplaced. But I love how the Watcher
absolutely.
keeps them out of time. Um, like Captain Carter, Civil War, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about those two episodes now.
I could feel your tug of war, so
Hmm.
to speak, of some of the things that they did in this series. I could feel you just kind of like they did this good, but then like this right here wasn't like the best, you know. So listen, man, what if the question is, was this a waste? Did was it wasted potential? Because I honestly think yes and no. I think
Hmm.
some things, like you said, they did really, really well, but some things they just really, why the decision making, the overall, the pacing was such an issue this series. The reason why it was issue because they were supposed to make it longer.
Hmm.
They were supposed to make these episodes longer than what they were. Uh, some episodes didn't make the cut. We talked about the Spider-Man that was too horrific for them, or his own what if. The Gamora and Iron Man Tony episode just got scrapped altogether, and we might see that in season 2. Excuse me. I absolutely, this was a roller coaster of a series. I love how we like put the Falcon and Winter Soldier as the lowest you have to go over, you know, because it was a dud in my opinion. That was a dud show. This is not necessarily the Falcon and Winter Soldier, but when you cannot sustain my attention and I don't want to talk about it as much, like I'm not enthusiastic or looking forward to the next episode, you're not really doing your job. Because when it comes to media, when it comes to TV, movies, the job is to keep you entertained, right? I think I was more entertained for the Addams Family 2 Vacation than I was in the What If series. And that's a problem because I absolutely wanted to look. This was when they announced this, I was like, oh my God, the possibilities of What If. What If is such a great, intriguing idea that could really nail it. And I think they did. I think they nailed some of the stuff in here. I think the animation was beautiful. I think some episode really tugged in the heartstrings, like the Doctor Strange episode. I think the Watcher and Ultron fight was awesome. I loved how like the Watcher pretty much went Super Saiyan 2 at some point during that episode.
Yeah, that was
Here's
amazing.
here's the problem with this series though. This is the huge problem about it other than the pacing and I would say some of the character development. The rules. The rules of this universe, the rules that were already laid down from the MCU, the power rankings, the power, where people stand. I know it's a what if scenario. This is a different universe, but you still have to maintain some of the rules, some of the things that they've been throwing out when it comes to multi-dimension and all that stuff. Excuse me. I feel like a lot of that stuff got either retcon or is really messy when it coming to explaining things. So the best example a lot of people are talking about is how easily Vision takes out Thanos with one Infinity Stone. It is nuts. It is absolutely nuts. The power of like it blows my mind how it kind of honestly it shouldn't even been in there. It was just thrown in there. I honestly think just for a joke, just to. I felt like that was just a like, oh, Thanos got beat, but he got sliced. You just made a joke. You made a joke yourself, Albert. So I felt like that was the joke. I loved how they kind of redeemed Ultron, but then I'm like, the finale just made me go, oh my god. He goes with the whimper. How is he not killing Peggy Carter? How's he not destroying Black Widow? And I know they have the Doctor Strange put the force field around all this. He put a spell and stuff. Still, this is a guy who literally ate a planet, man. And Ultron is getting just it's just it didn't feel it felt like messy. It felt very messy. That fight just felt like, especially when Doctor Strange at one point takes one of the, what was it, the Soul Stone,
Yeah, yeah.
and eats it.
No. It wasn't. It looked like that. What happened right there was he made an explosion that was gonna blow up the universe.
Mm-hmm.
But then Doctor Strange he ate the explosion that was gonna blow up the universe. I thought he
Okay.
ate the Soul Stone as well,
Okay,
and
because
I
I
was
was like,
confused. But the
no.
second time I watched, I realized it wasn't the Soul
Okay,
Stone.
so that doesn't count. But what
Hmm.
does count is the fact that Black Panther was able to steal a stone and had
Hmm.
it in his bare hand.
It was just a Soul Stone though. It wasn't the Power Stone. The Power Stone's like the only one that we've seen. Look, for me, I'll give you a good example.
Yeah.
Killmonger is regular human and he can wield all the stones no problem. What the heck? And it looks like
I'll
he
say
can
this
use
though.
the
He
power.
had the Ultron body though.
Yeah, but it looked like he was gonna do some crazy ass move, and I don't know. It looked like he was gonna be fine.
But I could say, yeah, I mean, because Tony had it in his made Infinity Glove, and he
Hmm.
died.
Hmm.
So the consequence factor is, like I said, you know what I'm saying? The rules are just not
Yeah.
applying, and you got to. I feel like this was not smartly written in that aspect. Some things were really smartly written. Jokes hitting it. The jokes are too much. I'm so sick and tired of Marvel throwing jokes and jokes. Sometimes you need that atmosphere where things are on the line. And I never feel that for that whole finale. I never felt on the edge of my seat. I never felt the edge of my seat. I never felt anybody was going to die. And if they did, I honestly didn't really care because they're cracking jokes when they're getting their ass handed to them or when they're kicking ass. Sometimes you need longevity. Sometimes you need darkness. The darkness balances the goofiness, the funniness of it all. It's a comic book property, I understand, but you still need that intensity. You still need that you still need that just idea of there could be loss, right? What Thor? So example is Thor. They did Thor great, all right, in Infinity War, and I'll say more Infinity War than Endgame. But Infinity War, the dude was, he cracked his jokes when he met the Guardians. He was Chris Hemsworth kills it. It was line delivery. But what they did was they gave him a moment with Rocket, and when it could have been just jokey all throughout, they really showcased that he kind of sat there and he's just realizing, he's lost everybody. He's lost his people. He's lost his brother. He's lost everybody. And then they give you that time to let it breathe and give you that scene with no jokes or anything, just to really feel for Thor. And that goes a lot of times with the MCU. But with what I'm seeing lately in this new phase is that that's not the case. Is like it's a lot of jokes, and this is what I had a problem with Shang-Chi, with Black Widow, with I think WandaVision works a little bit better. I think Loki works better too. It's more balanced. I like the balance of it all. But with the What If series, they kind of went back and they just laid way too many jokes that honestly don't really land as much as you think. That's the problem I had with the What If series as well. The two episodes, like I said, I really liked the fighting. The action was good. I would have liked more than like Laser Blast with the Infinity War, with the Infinity Stones. I would have liked a little bit more uniqueness, creativity. Like Green Lantern type of kind of shit. I want to see more out of the box kind of stuff. Just not Laser Blast, but it looked beautiful. I like the, it was kind of threw me off guard with Gamora, but like you, I knew exactly what was happening in that kind of thing that was going on. I didn't understand why the Watcher didn't get involved, even though he already got involved. He just left it all to Doctor Strange. I do like how Doctor Strange used a lot of the abilities of all the things he sucked into,
Hmm.
because he's a monster now more than ever. So there's a lot of things I liked about the last two episodes. I really felt the pacing just is really killing the series. The pacing, you needed more time for, like they showed Killmonger, and then you just heard one line like, "Do you trust him?" I don't really trust him. Like they don't really. That line and that imagery would be better if it had more scenes involving of the team, knowing that Killmonger is a monster. Just more scenes that seem to be missing in a lot of the final two episodes. Overall, I think What If is better than The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I don't think it's far above it. I think it's been a rocky up and down for this series. I think what really lost me, because it was doing good with this Doctor Strange, I thought it was going to continue to go up, but then it got worse. I did not like Party Thor in that episode. I got what that episode was all about, but I did not like it. I absolutely hated. I think my worst episode is the Marvel Zombies.
Hmm.
Just like this series, such wasted potential. I get it. It's Disney. You can't do horrific kind of stuff. Then don't do it at all. If you have a property like that, if you have an idea like that, don't even do it at all. If you're not going to go balls deep in it, just don't do it. So much potential there. I like the team. The team was great, but other than that, the thing we talk about jokes, it's not Shaun of the Dead. They try to do a it's not Shaun of the Dead. You're not Edgar Wright. Stop it. Stop it. It was an insult to a lot of people who read that comic. It's an insult to a lot of people who were looking forward to more of a horror-esque type feel. Now I'm kind of worried about Blade. I am absolutely worried about Blade. I feel like they're not even going to go. They're not going to push that envelope, and that's Wesley Snipes' Blade. That's how you push that envelope. But with the upcoming one, after seeing the Marvel Zombies, I don't know if Disney's going to want to do that. That was my worst episode. My favorite episode still is the Doctor Strange one, because as simple as it was, it pulled the heartstrings. It was it executed, even if it was something we've seen before. And then he gets brought back, and you kind of want to see him redeem himself. After you're kind of wondering if he's gonna turn evil again. In my mind, I was like, is he gonna betray him? Maybe, but he doesn't. He redeems himself. So, What If is a series that I'm absolutely frustrated with. I really thought this could be a home run. Yeah, I don't think it's better than WandaVision. I don't think it's far better than Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think there's some cool ideas. I hope season two, either one, they do longer episodes, or two, they know how to pace the damn episodes to 28, 30 minutes. Because the pacing was so bad in this series. The finale, Albert, the finale needed more runtime. If you would have gave me more runtime on just that episode, I would understand that. You give me 50, 45 minutes of just that. I would say 50 minutes of that episode to really bring the team together, to really let it breathe on some of the scenes. And you get, seems like there was missing scenes on that episode. And then you get the climactic battle. I think it's more weight to it. I'm disappointed, man. I'm disappointed in What If series, but there is some elements I like. I do love. I believe his name's Jeffrey Wright as the Watcher. I look forward to seeing the Watcher more in the season two. What happens to some of these characters? Of course, the post credit is that Steve in the Hydra, was it the Hydra Buster or whatever?
I just Stomper.
Hydra Stomper. You also have, sadly, we're not going to get a T'Challa Star Lord spinoff that they wanted to do. That was Chadwick Boseman's last performance. I actually liked his last performance when he was talking to Killmonger, that's the one that really resonates to me because he is talking about life. It's eerie. He's talking about life and death, and death is just another, it's another phase, and it's not the beginning of the end. So R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, man, just absolutely. His last performances, he nailed it. I was still sad to this day. He's a celebrity. I don't know the guy, but the guy did a lot. The guy really captured a lot of hearts, absolutely made, and then he did a lot with the black community, like superheroes, man. How many black superheroes do we have in the mainstream? Of course, you got to think, Blank Man's Wesley Snipes' Blade, but for him, he was, for this era, he was such an inspiration to so many kids who want to be. You're going to see a lot of Black Panther costumes, not because of the character, but because of that man who filled that role, Chadwick Boseman. So, and then his movie credentials when he was Jackie Robinson, loved it, and so I'm gonna miss that guy. I still can't believe he's gone. But Chadwick Boseman, man, if one thing that came out of the series, you got to tip your hat to Chadwick Boseman and some of the storylines that they had him with, and it's so eerie. But yeah, Chadwick, man, Chadwick, R.I.P. Chadwick. But yeah, man. I mean, what if to me was a disappointment? I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not. I don't hate it, but it's a series that I could see myself forgetting a lot of it when it comes down to the coming to next year. I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, what if came out and there was some things, in there. But
Yeah, I can tell you. To me, it's if I come back to watch What If, it's just gonna be the Doctor Strange episode and the Ultron episode. Um, Maybe I'll watch Captain Carter again just so I can be refreshed because she's gonna have another
mm-hmm.
episode in season 2. But other than that, I don't see myself rewatching these other episodes. And I rewatched WandaVision and Loki like 5 times. Falcon I saw it once in there. But this, I only rewatched pretty much the Doctor Strange episode I've seen like 5 times, and then the Ultron episode I saw like 3 times. The finale I saw twice. So yeah, I agree with you. Like, not that I'm gonna forget it. It's just I'm not. I'm not gonna have the. I already know I'm not gonna have the feeling to want to go back and rewatch them. Other
Exactly.
than Doctor Strange and Ultron episodes. And if anything, I wouldn't say the show was wasted because if anything, at least we got some cool characters like Doctor Strange who might come out of Multiverse of Madness. Maybe not, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna make a Doctor Strange 3. We might see him there. Yeah, who knows?
I think they won't. I think after watching the series, I think the only one they would maybe bring in is Peggy
Yeah,
from a different because they, Cap is run by Falcon now. Falcon is, the new Captain America, but I could see, wanting to bring a female version of Super Soldier in maybe in that movie as in Peggy. The Doctor Strange, no. Any of the characters that they introduced, no, because I just think it would confuse the hell out of the audience.
hmm Um. Well, when I say I feel like we might see him, I don't think that they'll bring him and he'll stay. It'll just be for maybe like a quick scene in the movie or two,
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't think that the only character that I can see staying in the MCU for a while would be Captain Carter from the show that we saw. Everyone else, I don't see it. I was hoping like maybe Killmonger, but I don't think we are.
I think Killmonger was confirmed for Black Panther 2.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, they could do it, It doesn't have to be the version we saw in What If. Like, there's an infinite amount of these people now. That's the
Listen,
crazy.
I never thought he died in the end of that movie.
Um,
I didn't see no body. I just saw him going. I didn't see no body though. I didn't see no burial or nothing. I didn't see his ass spread into his ashes spread into the ocean.
you never. That's true. I don't. I mean, where did they bury him? I don't know.
Never thought he was dead.
Yeah, we'll see what they come up with. But
Okay.
like you said, it sucks that Chadwick passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because of the movies, but also because it just sucks losing him as a person.
Great human
But
being. Yes.
in regards to the movie, I can't even imagine having to like rewrite the script. Um,
Yeah,
Impossible to do, but if there's anyone to do it, it's gonna be Mr. Ryan Coogler, with
we'll
the
see.
amazing help of everyone else. So I
We'll
think they'll
see.
do him justice. I already know they're gonna do something like a little tribute to him.
Of course.
Um, but yeah, I feel like he's gonna have died in the movie as well. Like I don't know.
I feel like they should like mention that maybe he did pass in the movie. We'll see though. We'll see how it goes. So Let's talk about season 2 of the What If series because this is going to getting a What If season 2.
Yeah,
So season 2, I think so. I think they are going to bring in that episode with Gamora and Tony. I think
I
that's
think so
confirmed
too. Just that it's gonna be weird when they do because it builds up to what we already saw.
in the finale. Exactly.
Yeah, that's gonna be the only weird thing about it. I'm still curious to see it, but like I don't know.
Unless they
It's
continue like that story in like so they'll showcase that episode, what the aftermath of the finale, but it's like going to a different journey or different mission or whatever.
uh I'm surprised that they didn't like wipe their memory like in Men in Black, with the pen. I'm surprised like Doctor Strange or the Watcher didn't do that with them. So they
Like
still
nobody's gonna
know,
believe you.
they still know what they did, which is crazy. But yeah, season 2, we know Peggy Carter is getting an episode, and then I'm pretty sure they confirmed that the Gamora and Tony episode will be in season 2.
So
So
in Hydra, do you think that's Steve in the bot?
yeah, so the after credit scene is Black Widow and Captain Carter's universe tells her like you're gonna want to see this, and they go inside a crate. There's a Hydra Stomper, and then what's her name? Natasha's all like, oh, and there's someone in it, which doesn't mean it's Steve Rogers. I mean, what I can tell you what I hope is that it is Steve Rogers, but like, uh, what's it called? Winter Soldier kind of variation of Steve Rogers slash the Hydra Stomper. I think that
Yeah.
would be crazy because then that's like, star-crossed lovers, or
Or
it's basically the
enemies.
story. It's the story that we saw with Cap and Bucky,
Yeah.
but instead of BFFs, it's lovers.
The
So
Pound Town. Yeah.
yeah, I hope it's Steve, and I hope that it's like a bad version of him. I don't know who else it could be. Like, yeah, I think it is him. Um,
But you're on the right track. I would love to see like a Winter Soldier of that Steve. That'd be kind of cool. Because I mean, I don't even know. Like, I thought Steve got away, so he probably went on another mission, got caught.
mhm.
So that
Something
could
like
definitely
that.
happen.
Yeah, because the last we saw was like Peggy Carter went into the portal and then she came out like fighting that thing. Like she probably just fought that thing for a minute, but when she came out, she's what, 70, 60 years into the future.
Hmm.
But they never told us what happened to Steve. I'm pretty sure she knows. Like they told her something, but yeah, so I think it's Steve. I don't know. I just feel like they are gonna do that storyline. I feel with Captain Carter, it's basically she goes through the same kind of story as um Steve, but it's through her perspective. So maybe in season 3 we'll get a Civil War episode with her. I don't know.
I
Um,
forgot to mention Albert.
mhm,
So when the Watcher was putting together his team in the finale,
mhm.
why didn't he get a Captain Marvel?
Why didn't he get all these other characters? Right? Yeah.
Why didn't he
Um.
get Hulk? Isn't
Why didn't
Hulk stronger than
Why
a
didn't
lot
he
of those
get
T'Challa?
Why didn't he get Odin? When Odin, because Odin's
His
one of the
prime. Yeah.
yeah. Why?
Why didn't he get a lot of like I don't he didn't I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You
I
know
don't
why? Because we hadn't seen those people's episodes yet.
I guess not. And I'm assuming they're definitely bringing in Spider-Man again. Spider-Man's a
Yeah.
huge character. I would love for them to actually bring back the mutated Spider-Man. I think they're going to use a lot of the scrapped episodes that they were going to do and use it for season 2 for budgetary reasons, for Disney, and then also those are cool stories as well to tell, and people wanted to see them. So instead of putting it on like an extra feature, bonus feature, you put it on season 2. Your money, you got money right there. You got something to look forward to. I think we will get a lot of different characters. We'll get some of the same characters in their storyline. I think we'll get different characters, of course, especially when they get introduced maybe to this year MCU. Maybe we'll get some Eternal stuff. Who knows? Shang-Chi, definitely. I think he'll probably be part of the what if scenario. So any characters that we've seen so far, we will maybe see a what if version of the different variations in the what if series.
Yeah,
So and storylines, of course, and storylines.
I can already tell you one that I would love to see.
Which one?
What if they killed Shang-Chi's father instead of his mother?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
We'll see. Because
Was it Wing Wu?
yeah, does he get the 10 rings, and does he become like the leader of the 10 rings, and he's
See,
Batman?
I
No,
like that character, and I hated what they did to him in that movie.
who Wenwu?
Yeah.
Uh,
What else was season 2? So things about season 1, 2, like I said, it's supposed to be longer episodes. I'm hoping season 2 gives me 35 to 40-minute episodes. I don't see. Maybe they were just trying to feel it out for this first season to see if they could go longer or it's perfect pacing right there. It's not perfect pacing. Please go a little bit longer on the episodes. I think just a little bit more time will do the series more justice. I am very much looking forward to in season 2. What does the Watcher do now? He's able to he's interfered already. Are we gonna see his boss? Are we gonna
yeah,
see who he's kind of talking with in his uppers? Or other Watchers? Like I would like to see that, please.
yeah. Someone did ask who watches the Watcher.
Exactly, we do apparently.
Yeah, it is because now and then also are they gonna build up to another big bad where he has to bring together like another team
I don't
or
think
what?
so. I don't
Like
think so.
so now is it just gonna be separate?
I think it's going to be a anthology kind of thing where it's different stories, not really connected. Some characters will get maybe more episodes for because it's a longer storytelling kind of like Peggy Carter. But when it comes to the series as a whole, I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think we're going to get another baddie that's going from universe to universe unless they want to connect it to King or they want to connect it to the current multiverse that's happening right now
Mm-hmm.
because it very well still can be connected to a lot of things that's going to happen in the future. But right now, I even bringing in Ultron in the last 2 episodes was very. I didn't like it. I didn't like how they just like really brought him in those last 2 episodes. I think you should have had him build at least 4 or 3 episodes, 3 full episodes, and I would have been fine with it.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, what if what if is a it was an interesting concept. There was things that were good. There was things I really didn't like about it. It was I think it was a huge underdog. Honestly, a lot of people it wasn't on their radar, but I think a lot of people were talking about some elements of it, especially with Ultron appearing and some of the power balances between a lot of people were talking about, well, Thanos must have been really good because he could have wiped out everybody so easily,
Mm-hmm.
and that just brings a lot of questions that shouldn't be needed or shouldn't be asked because I think that's the wrong direction. But I do appreciate that the team did take chances on some things with some of the storylines. And there's some things that can come out of this to the live action that we talked about. Peggy Cardi can come out of this, and I would be really happy because I think she's was it Haley Atwell? She's an amazing Peggy. Love her as an actress. She voiced her voice on here, and that's another thing. On season 2, I would love for them to bring whoever they bring on the season 2, all their voice actors. Sign them for a what if contract. Bring them in because it does make a world of difference, in my opinion.
That's why Doctor Strange was also really good because they brought back every voice actor, whether it was the ancient one or Christy,
Yes.
yeah, Christy, yeah.
What's her name? Rachel McAdams.
Mm-hmm.
Even I noticed too. I wanted to point this out that Doctor Strange in the finale, the evil Doctor Strange, he was so good because it was Benedict Cumberbatch. It really felt like the Doctor Strange we know, especially in the scene where him and Thor are interacting. I felt like we got that same similar feeling and chemistry, and because it was Chris Hemsworth voicing Thor too, so I loved everything that Doctor Strange was doing in the finale, joke wise, serving up the beer, you know. So I like that. I thought it was too much of Chris Hemsworth going crazy party Thor. It was is just I don't know. I was kind of put off by that, but
What
no,
do you
I'm
think
not.
of Armin Zola?
I liked how they brought him back. I liked how they brought him back. It's another character that is very memorable to me in Winter Soldier because he was in Captain the First Avenger. I was kind of well. He does take over. He does kind of take over. What's his name's body? What kill? He takes over the Killmonger's thing. He does defeat Ultron. So
Mm-hmm.
the whole virus thing reminded me of Independence Day a lot. So I was no, I liked him. I thought it was cool. It was cool to bring him in. You know, I hope they bring in more people like that. I think they brought Crossbones in a couple. You know, in that
Mm-hmm.
Winter Soldier thing. I'm like, dude, that guy's evil though. You know, so I would like them to bring in characters they've killed, villain wise too, into the What If series because I think they just really get killed off way too easily.
Yeah. Another thing for me too was Natasha told Captain Carter that like Hydra never died, right?
Yeah,
So does that mean like Captain Carter knows that now? So that's gonna change the events of in her world a little bit maybe because I don't think she got the full details from Nat. Like I don't know how long they were together that we didn't see, but like
that's
I'd
the issue,
imagine,
Albert. That's
yeah.
the issue when you don't have more scenes and you have fast pacing like this. Those are
Mhm,
just at that point they're throwaway lines. There's no weight to them because we're asking the question, but we need to see it and hear it. We need that to build, and there's no excuse of oh wait till season two. We need a little appetizer to get to that main course, and I feel like we didn't even get that. I feel like we got just throwaway kind of lines that made us sit and wonder like, well, that should have a huge ripple effect, right? That should be on that character's mind. They should be saying something about that. You know, like a lot of the times I was like, there should be more interaction between T'Challa and Killmonger, the Star Lord T'Challa with the Killmonger. There should be more interaction with that. There should be more deeper conversations. Or the Gamora suspecting Killmonger. Okay, why are you suspecting him if you guys haven't been because he's holding Ultron's helmet? You're
mhm,
showing me that, but there needs to be more. There needs to be more. It felt like a script, right? You have it felt like they just had a beginning and end, and they didn't even really bother through the middle. But you got to do the middle to understand why that end is what it is, or understand why the characters do what they do. And I feel like they really skipped over the middle part, probably because of the time they were given. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of scenes taken out on a lot of these episodes. Some episodes didn't need like particularly party Thor. I thought that went way too long, honestly. But you know that it is what it is. Season two. Am I not gonna watch season two? I'm gonna watch season two. I'm gonna see how it improves from season one. Just like I hope the Falcon Captain America movie is better than the series. I think, and if they ever did a WandaVision 2 or just a Wanda TV series that goes off WandaVision, I hope they improve. Like everything, like Loki season 2. I hope they improve.
they're gonna do the what I sent you before we
Oh
got
yeah,
on the
yeah,
phone.
Agnes the Heart,
Yeah.
Harkness or whatever her name is.
I think it's
Well,
a prequel though. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't really care for it. That's too much. That she's a side character. She's okay when she's with Wanda. don't need. I
Yeah,
love her.
make me care for it though.
I love her as an actress. Marvel, I think, is really just trying to grab your money. That's too much. Side characters are side characters for a reason. All right. I don't really need to see them in their own show. We'll see if they prove me wrong, but I'll put money down that I don't think it's gonna be let's say what's the show that it has to be? I don't think it's gonna be a Loki. I'm gonna say that. I don't think it's gonna
Season
be a
two,
Loki.
that's gonna be crazy.
We'll see. I think Loki is the top dog right now so far. Um,
It was just so consistent on a week to week basis. That's why. Um,
yes, it's very consistent. I think I got good feelings about Hawkeye. It feels like a Die Hard kind of situation a little bit.
I'm excited for Hawkeye. But yeah, we'll talk about that for sure once we get that in a month from now, or like a month and a half. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll try to get that. If it's good, I'll do reviews right on that night, and then we'll do a podcast on it.
I'm most excited for Eternals though.
We'll see about. I still haven't. I don't know. I'm still not excited for the Eternals, honestly.
I'm more excited for Eternals than Spider-Man. I think I'm the only person in the
What?
world. I think I'm the only person in the world.
Albert, this is Albert's final podcast today
You know
for
why though?
this channel.
Because we already know, Spider-Man.
It's
There's no,
out there.
there's
It's
a,
out there.
might still be a surprise. I'm not saying, but like with Eternals, I know nothing about it, and that's why I'm so excited for it. I just know there's a group of 10, and there might not be a group of 10 by the end. I don't know, but
When I saw Rob Stark doing the laser beams, I'm like, are we really getting another Man of Steel? You really copying Man of Steel right now, Marvel?
they kind of joked about it too. And
That's
one of
bull. Don't you
the
mess with Henry Cavill, Man of Steel, man. Don't you do something different? Come on.
you didn't see the TV spot.
No, I didn't see it.
Some kid just asked him like, "Oh, I see you flying around with the laser eyes and the cape," and he's like, "I don't wear a cape." So but he's like
Hey,
all annoyed about it.
I hate Superman, but I give Henry Cavill, Brandon Routh, oh my God, Superman 1970, Christopher.
Nolan.
No, not Christopher
I'm kidding.
Nolan. Oh my God, Christopher Reed.
All right, right.
Yes, Christopher Reed. I believe so. Yes. So, all right, guys. What if that was our thoughts on the series season
Rated.
2? Go ahead. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on it? Like to me, it
I'll
was just.
say it was average.
I'll give it average. I won't say it's like garbage. It's not
Episode
garbage.
great. The Doctor Strange episode. Yeah, that one that was amazing. The Ultron episode, the first Ultron episode, amazing. The finale, it satisfied me. It satisfied me. But yeah, episode 4 I think was Doctor Strange, and then episode 8 the best. So maybe episode 12 will be another banger. We'll see.
We'll see. Most memorable for me is the Doctor Strange one. Episode 8 was really good too. Very fast paced. I do like how the Watcher's like, what? Like he was just so tripping out on Ultron. Good
that
voice
was a
acting.
pretty moment for me. The end of the party episode, Party Thor.
Voice acting was great. Voice acting, for what they, had to bring in for the they couldn't bring in Robert Downey Jr. and stuff. I thought the voice acting did a great job. So good stuff. Till Hawkeye, till more Marvel news. I think we're gonna have to talk about more of Spider-Man because such big news for Spider-Man seems to always be dropping. And then we will talk Eternals. We'll talk Eternals.
The madness as well. I've been hearing so much stuff about that. Everyone's in this movie.
Yes. I'm going to be getting into DC talk too. I think
The
we need to talk
newest
some DC and stuff.
That's insane. I don't know if it's true, but something from What If.
Yes. We're going to talk about more Marvel stuff more superhero stuff. So take a look. Check out the channel. I just got back from San Diego. I just got back from LA. So you can go and check out my Gabriel Iglesias video that's out there right now if you love Fluffy. Also, the Raiders and Charger game sucked that they lost, but it was a great experience. You can go, that video will be dropping pretty soon. And also more reviews, more TV reviews, movie reviews, and then a review on, what's it called? Squid Game. Overdue Bobcat will be doing a review on that, dropping as well. Get that garbage out of here. I'm Dan Domenic and Daniel's son. Mr. Marvel, thank you for joining me. Until next time, we're out of here. See you for